Hello, and welcome back for another monumentally expensive blunder as I head back into the blighted barrows of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, last episode made me feel a little bit like I imagine the IBM team that worked on Watson felt. They spent $1 billion on what was supposed to be a revolutionary idea, just like I spent an absolute fortune on what was supposed to be a revolutionary shuffling party meta. And instead, we both wound up laughing stocks because we dared to display our not fully tested ideas in a public setting. Which I suppose makes Darkest Dungeon my own personal Jeopardy. And you're probably saying, but Pete, Watson, he won on Jeopardy. Not only did he win, but he beat Ken Jennings. Ken Jennings, Pete, the greatest Jeopardy champion who has ever lived. And yeah, sure, you're not wrong, Watson won. But you know what else? I won too. We still beat it. I mean, we bested our dungeon. It's not like anybody died or anything. But the problem is that both Watson and myself, we won so ugly, nobody's ever going to have any confidence in us again. The confidence is shatters. It's at an all-time low. I mean, come on, Watson. What is leg? What the hell is that supposed to be for an answer, Watson? Do you really think I want you, who are supposed to be a revolutionary medical device, trying to diagnose whether or not I have liver cancer when you can't even correctly identify if a man has both legs or not? For $1 billion, they damn sure better have mastered the currently has all limbs attached subroutine of the diagnostic process. Sorry, Watson, you were nothing but a ridiculously expensive mistake. Which, same thing my parents are quick to remind me every year on my birthday. You, Pete, were a monumentally expensive, ridiculous mistake. So I guess Watson and I have quite a few things in common. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, let's go see what kind of stupidity I can blunder into to disappoint my parents today. Kill the Brigand 16-pounder. Yeah, that mission's gonna... I'm shying away from this mission, not because I'm afraid of the 16-pounder, but because I'm sort of waiting until the reward is quite good. And also, I just know this mission is gonna take 2.5 hours, and it's really sort of turning me off to even doing it. That's gonna be like a 92-minute mission. I feel it in my bones. I'm shying away from it not because of the difficulty or out of fear or terror or anything, but just because I don't want to spend 3 hours fighting a boss. What else have we got? Ooh, what are you? An Ancestor's Lantern. Every time I see the Ancestor's Lantern, for like a split second, I get really excited, and then I'm immediately depressed. It's like when you go to the supermarket and you wave your hand in front of the door that's definitely got a motion sensor on it, but it still opens, and just for like a tiny split second, you feel like a fucking Jedi. That's what I get every time I see the Ancestor's Lantern. And then I realize, oh no, it's objectively worse for the party than nothing. What's up here? Talisman of the Flame. Minus 100% stress from the skill Revelation, plus 100% protection from the skill Revelation. We get 3 of those. Some kind of consumable, I'm assuming. I'm not really interested. Ooh, here we go. The Ancestor's Pistol. A long champion dungeon. Do I have the stones? It's actually not that good. Bonus of 20% accuracy to range skills. That's kind of shitty, actually. Am I going to fight a long dungeon for that? No, the answer is no, I'm not going to. What else can we do? We could go to the Warrens. Still need to get a path to the Gibbering Prophet. The Weald is open. There's only one boss left there, which is good, because that means we don't ever have to go back, and I do objectively hate the Weald. I think we're going to probably go to the Warrens. What do you say we just take the Strays into the Warrens, then? Or the Ruins? Which one has a tough ring? That's real bad. A tough ring we might be able to use. I've been thinking about a build where we put James Harper in, the old Guardian himself, and use him specifically just as a Guardian. Like, no fighting, just guarding and protecting, nothing else. And a tough ring would be relatively useful in that respect. It is a long mission, which also is good, because that would mean that the Strays would have an opportunity to pile on a whole bunch of EXP. Oh, the Strays are missing a critical member. Toxin is not available. Mary McCabe. She's not Toxin. That's Vixen. Sorry. Either way, she's not available. We could send Patrick Mulligan in her stead, but do I want to do that? I kind of don't. We also need to get Typhoid Mary up a level. We got a bunch of level 4 guys here. What if we try and bootstrap somebody? Aren't level restrictions removed this week? We got a... No, that was, I think, last week. We should have used the level restrictions being removed to take somebody in and help, like, power level them. That would have been the smarter thing to do than what we did with our little science experiment. So if we're going to do a medium dungeon, it's kind of... I sort of want the tough ring, though. What can we make anything happen here? We got Rachel Summers. What we would really need is somebody to go in there and heal. Could we try... Now, we're not going to be able to do a long dungeon with no healer. That's just stupid, Pete. A short dungeon with no healer, you pulled that off once. A medium dungeon with no healer, that's pushing it. And a long dungeon with no healer, that's just crazy talk. So maybe we take a pass on that, or do we just grab Patrick Mulligan? That would take Patrick Mulligan up to maximum rank, which would give us a rank 5 Plague Doctor. Something that we... You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get the Plague Doctor to rank 5. All right, Mulligan. Get your ass in gear. You're going in. Maybe we send in just Rachel Summers and we keep everybody else back? Is that how we want to do this? Or maybe we get just insane crazy. What if we go double Plague Doctor? What if we just go radically stupid? I don't hate that plan. Let's get radically stupid here. I'm also going to take Jonah Hex. And, I mean, it's got to be Rachel Summers because we got to have somebody who can heal this slot bucket. All right. Sorry. Junior Jean Grey. Let's get you rocked in. Legend of roll. Oh, what are we going to do for trinkets, though, if we roll double Plague Doctors? Is it even going to matter? Are double Plague Doctors so powerful that the trinkets aren't really going to make much of a difference? I kind of feel like that's going to be the case. We can roll suboptimal trinkets just because we got so much amazing Plague Doctor goodness. Wolf's Tassel, definitely going on our Bounty Hunter because that item is fantastic for the BH. What do we want to back it up with? Bounty Hunter's helmet is not terrible. You know what? Yeah, let's just give him a bunch of plus damage. Big bonus damage. Nothing else fancy. Just wallop a dude, and when you wallop him, make sure he dies. Now, here's the tricky part. Mary Walker, you're under-geared a little bit, and also under-skilled, I'm going to guess, a little bit, too. So let's give you the real good stuff. Let's give you the Blasphemous Vial. And what else do we have? We're going to hold on to the Poisoned Herb. Actually, no, you should have the Poisoned Herb. Because this is only plus 20. You know what? Nah, it's fine. We got to have something else that's bonus blight damage. There we go. Blight Amulet. 30% blight skill. Bonus blight resist. Slight penalty to bleed resist. We can make that work. Then we'll give you the Poisoned Herb. Dude, don't smoke that dank bud, dog. It's poison. And I think maybe we'll have you just carry probably the Ancestors map, I'm going to guess. Plus 40% blight skill chance should be adequate. Let's just have you roll with the Ancestors map then. Somebody should be toting it. I do like taking the map into the dungeon. It gives us an opportunity to find the rare treasure rooms. So just do that. And then nothing fancy here for our Vestal. She's just going to be rolling our standard Vestal gear. That's got our trinkets sorted. Let's go grab some provisions and get this show on the road. Never understood the whole get this show on the road. People say, let's get this show on the road as if they're ready to start a thing. They're ready to get a thing going. But shouldn't that be sort of like a circus meta kind of deal? And shouldn't getting a show on the road mean that the circus is about to depart town? Be like, let's get this show on the road. People be like, yeah, get the circus out of here. Those clowns are fucking freaking me out. Let's get this show on the road. No shit. I want those clowns gone. I've been having nightmares for a week. Also, I'm pretty sure they've been kidnapping and devouring local dogs. And nobody has seen Mrs. McGillicuddy in 3 days, but she was last seen in the presence of one of those Russian clowns. They may have eaten her, too. And I'm not talking about, like, in the sexual sense. I mean, like, killed, butchered, and devoured her. Like cattle. Well, this dungeon layout is straight up hot shit.
Steal their food.
Hot, steaming pile of drippy, wet dookie. Alright, so we get a curio. Well, let's try and avoid combat as much as possible since it looks like we're going to be exploring the vast majority of this dungeon. Well, again, you do have the map, which means your disarm chance should be respectable. What's it look like here? 105. Alright, we'll take the free stress relief. That's fine then. No, the occult scribblings, we're just going to leave those alone. We've learned our lesson on those numerous times. No need to burn a torch here because we know this room is empty. See if we can pick up some scout. We did not. I say we circle around the outside, although probably going through the middle now that I think about it would have been the smarter move. Picked up a few stashed heirlooms. We don't know that this room is empty, so... Did I not buy torches? Let's just forget that that happened. So this was always intended to be a full dark run. With 2 plague doctors, we gotta challenge ourselves a little bit, right? Right? I'm a profoundly stupid man. Well, this is a very suboptimal party positioning, I'm not gonna lie. If we move you forward too, we still have one of our plague doctors in a terrible spot. And we're still gonna have to do that. Okay, so just move forward too. You're gonna have to move back one. You're gonna have to stun these 2 to keep them from gutting us. That was not the correct ability. Wow, we're just... Okay, everybody's all fucked up. This is gonna end in tragedy. I already have a... This is why my parents are quick to remind me that I was their greatest and... I was their greatest mistake. Yep. Slightest lapse in concentration. You're not wrong on that one there, Mr. Narrator. We did, in fact, have a, I wouldn't say a slight lapse, but a considerable lapse in concentration, and it's probably going to cost us everything we've ever hoped or dreamed about. So again, we can just do this. This shuffle stuff is working out fantastically for us. May as well have Mary Walker keep piling on the blight, because she's all of our damage at this point. With poison from Typhoid Mary? Well, you're not wrong, Mr. Nader. I mean, specifically, that was how a number of lives were taken. Typhoid Mary killed a lot of people with, like, poisoned soup. Although it wasn't really poisoned, I guess, so much as infected. We're getting a holy bejesus shanked out of us here. Comes a rain of whips. Nice critical. Stress is starting to be a very significant problem. Could we not get critical? Just like, could one swing not be a critical on someone? That would be delightful. We could have just one swing that wasn't a critical. Against us. You can critical the fat guy as much as you want, Jonah Hex. Don't fucking pull any punches in that respect. We have got to fix our skills. They're all jacked up. Alright, go for the group heal. We can undo that rain of whips, and I'm sure this guy's going to throw another rain of whips our way momentarily. Comes a point-blank shot. Never mind, just going to throw some catastrophic damage at Jonah Hex, which honestly, not that catastrophic. We can sort of take it. You, sir, are going to have a whole shitload of blight when I'm done. How you liking that? What are you taking, like 20, 15 around? Yeah, you're dead then. Oh, you're just straight up dead now. We don't have to wait for it to tick. Yeah, the sharpest sword, sharpened blade. Everything's so damn sharp, Mr. Narrator. We'll just go ahead and use that bandage. Alright, let's get our skills in order here. Jonah Hex, you're sorted, actually, except for I kind of think I would rather have come hither than uppercut. Although uppercut is a stun. It's more effective than the pull. I do like flash... I also really like finish him, though. Flashbang can't be used from the front. Uppercut. Alright, let's get rid of Flashbang in favor of finish. Now, because then we have nothing we can do from the 4th slot. Let's get rid of uppercut, take flashbang, and finish him. Finish him is really good, especially when we have guys who are going to be able to stun. Theoretically, once I assign their skills appropriately, we'll have guys who are going to be able to stun a dude. So, you have... Patrick Mulligan, you have blinding gas, right? Yes. Plague grenade, blinding gas, noxious gas, battlefield medicine, which means we want you in slot 3. Walker... You've got the melee swing, right? Yeah, Walker's got the melee hit and no stun, so we want her on slot 2. Beautiful. And Rachel Summers, you're the only woman I can trust, despite the fact that you are probably a clone and/or scion of Jean Grey. We finally found ourselves a torch. This is the dungeon just showing us a little mercy, and I do appreciate it. Thank you for insulating me from my own profound stupidity, Darkest Dungeon. I appreciate it. Okay, so we just got a thing. Pick up the foodstuff crate. We're a third of the way to our goal. You know, Mr. Narrator, you and I have vastly differing opinions on what constitutes wealth beyond measure. For instance, I would not say that a sack of wheat constitutes wealth beyond measure. I mean, not even if you're starving is a sack of grain wealth beyond measure. If you're starving, a sack of grain is like, oh great, I just bought myself another week of continuing to exist. I wouldn't say it's wealth beyond measure. What do we got in here? Probably a fight? Yep. Oh, this is going to be a tough one because we're in the dark and we got a lot of units that are very inclined towards critically. I think after this encounter, we will be resting. Alright, what do you got? You got the stun. I need the stun. No stress attack from Johnny Pig Drummer back there. I don't want him beating his drum made of human skin and making everybody absolutely terrified and afraid. Whip some poison gas into Mr. Hooks-a-Lot, who's got the mad crit skills that are going to pay the bills for us. That guy's actually going to die on his next turn. We don't even need to hit him again. We fortunately managed to not be critical. That guy is no longer stunned, which sucks, because I was hoping we might be able to hit him with the finish him, and unfortunately finish him can't hit the 4th rank. But what we can do is just reap him. 15 damage for old Jonah Hex. That guy dies the next time anybody does anything. Patrick Mulligan takes one right in the snot locker. Just don't be stunned. Perfect. Let's undo some of that damage that Jonah Hex took. At least this guy doesn't get a puke on anybody. Our stun goes away. This man's gonna Drums of Debilitation our unit, who has a lot of stress. He resisted. Still marked, though. I'll take the resistance. I don't even care. That's solid work. Let's get some blight damage working on our giant pig friend with the mace, who's stunning everybody. Butcher's Cut. Shouldn't the Butcher's Cut leave behind some kind of delicious roast in its way? It could be like, this is the finest cut. This is the Butcher's Cut. Be like, ooh, the Butcher's Cut. It must be the finest piece of meat on the animal, because the butcher clearly knows what he's about. I mean, he's a professional. The man does this for a living. You got spotted fever. Fortunately, we have a couple plague doctors in our party, so likely spotted fever will be something we can readily repair. Jonah Hex, just, you know what? Just kill the pig. I hate you, Jonah Hex. This guy's gonna be dead in like 2 rounds, though, so we can really sort of stop swinging at him now. Any time now you want to stop swinging, that's fine. We really should try and hit the puking pig man in the back. This guy doesn't get to go again. This is your last ball and chain, champ, so you better make it count. Okay, he heeded our probably a little early advice. Stop puking on me, pig guy. We already got 1 disease. We shouldn't be able to be stacking any more on us. Johnny, how can you not hit this guy? Why can't we not throw a plague grenade? We're too far forward. We also can't battlefield medicine. Did we get switched around? Fine. Just uppercut so you don't take stress damage, I guess. You know, we did have a bleeding guy. You could have just cured that, right? 5 damage for Mr. Piglet. Jonah Hex, you want to actually hit the man this time? Thank you. It didn't kill him, but it put him in a situation where now the blight can at least finish him off, you jerk. And dead. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Very profound, Mr. Narrator. Let's eat some of this food that we've got so that we can make inventory space. Nah, let's not do that, in fact. I do want the gold. The portrait I'm interested in, but the jade I don't really care about. I don't want to burn the torch. Alright, let's throw the medicinal herbs on the ground. Actually, can't we just, like, eat these or something? Somebody? Here, eat that. Get rid of that debuff. That'll work. Maybe 700 gold. What about the portraits? Sure, drink some holy water, I guess. I mean, it's blasphemous as all hell, but whatever. Alright, now we're going to use the firewood. Get rid of some of this food. That's going to free up an inventory slot for us, as well as give us some much-needed stress relief. Let's see about curing some disease. Heal 50%. Okay, so you better have one that heals. Self only. Remove blight from target. Remove bleeding from target. Only works on you. You're neither blighted nor bleeding. Brilliant. Okay, so leeches, 1 companion. Remove blight from target. Remove disease from target. Well, let's get rid of that disease there. Spotted fever has been cured. We could give people a bunch of bonus healing with experimental vapors, but I don't know if that seems worth it. What we really need to focus on is stress relief any way we can get it. Let's go for the prey? Or would we rather sanctuary? Let's pray. We're not getting huge amounts of stress relief out of that. Then we'll throw an encourage on top of it. That's going to help out a little bit more. What do you got rolling up your sleeve here? This is how we do it. And no, I would rather have stress relief. So why don't you encourage our other plague doctor? Can we do anything else useful? Anybody? Anybody got anything useful at all? We could give somebody a pep talk. We could give somebody a pep talk. Or we could bandage someone's wounds. Well, pep talk it is then. The odds seem to be in our favor. Jonah Hex, I'm not sure what the episode you're watching, but clearly we are watching different shows. What do you got? Hulu instead of Netflix? Philistine?
The promise of safety.
Yeah. Just open the heirloom chest. It's trapped, of course. Jonah Hex not really vulnerable to hexation. I mean, the guy knows a thing or two about being hexed. It's right there in his name. There's our secret room. So where's our final curio here? Curio. Quest location. So we need to get to here. Well, before we do any of that, you know what? No, I take that back. I rescind that. Go back in the room, gentlemen. We're going into this room first, and we'll double back into inky darkness to go get the secret room, and then we're getting the shit out of here.
These tunnels predate even the
Shovel our
earliest
way through that.
settlers.
Do we want to fight in less than maximum light? Nah, let's not take the risk. We burn the torch now. We got the one gift from the old gods of the dungeon. Let's take the gift from the dungeon gods and hope for something positive, and that we just get out of this fight without a trillion diseases and a billion stress. It's not, we just got rid of a disease. I hate these pigmen so much. Alright, throw a bomb at this pigman. He's blighted, that's good. Comes the drums of debilitation. Jonah Hex has dodged them. Comes a corpse worm trying to munch on Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex, being mostly dead, was a little bit vulnerable to said munching. How much health have you got? Enough that we can kill you in one swing. You're gonna be dead then. We go for the stun here. I'm not getting puked on by any more sorority girl pigmen. I have had enough getting vomited on by pigmen for one day. Thank you. Patrick Mulligan takes one to the head. Manages to resist all the negative conditions, and we're going to forego any healing out of Rachel Summers to try and put some more damage on Johnny Pukes-a-lot back there. Throwing it at that. Soften him up. Give him some more blight on there. We're not going to get... Okay, well, we could go for the stun, but I'm just going to go for the blight instead. That AoE blight really does fantastic aggregate damage. I was hoping Jonah Hex might beat him on a speed roll and we could reapening him, but it was not destined to be. Let's just... you know what? Just finish him. Good shot, Jonah Hex. Nice work. That guy has 2 more turns left in him. Maximum. Rachel Summers with the big old crit, making sure we didn't even need the blight damage to finish the gig. How lovely of you, Rachel. We appreciate your efforts. And Jonah Hex is going to finish off that guy. This one's wrapped up then. Take all of the things. Let's go get our special cash room, and let's get the hell out. Oh, wait a minute. Where was my quest? Quest location was here. Shit. Go back and... Sorry, guys. Sorry. I forgot. We got to go get the last sack of grain first. There we go. Now let's get the hell out of here. Now, continue adventuring. I'm not passing up the secret room. I still have a key. Did take 4 stress for walking backwards. I don't know what it is about the guys in the dungeon walking backwards. They're like, no, Pete, I don't want to moonwalk. And be like, why? It's so stressful. What if I trip over a little runner in the carpet? Or what if there's a, like a little rill or something? I fall over that, I could fall down right in the back of my head, hit my brain stem on the floor, wind up a complete and total vegetable, all because I wanted to be like Michael Jackson? No, sir, it's not worth the risk. It's too stressful. I'm not going backwards, Pete. I'm just not doing it. Where's my secret room, though? Right here. No fight in the secret room. Fantastic. Let's do this. And this is why the Ancestors map always seems worthwhile to bring. We burn that torch. What do we want to get rid of here? Let's just throw 2... We didn't pay for that anti-venom anyway. We got that for free. That's going to make this a pretty profitable little dungeon. Let's get the hell out of here while the profits are still good. We got to maximize profit margin on this one.
The town may eat, and the swine will not.
Yeah, we stole pig grain, by the way. Not sure about the long-term health aspects of your plan. Go down to a place where you know there are a bunch of diseased pigs and steal food from them and bring it back for us to eat. Not wondering how those pigs got diseased in the first place. Seems questionably... I don't know. Ooh, clutch hitter. Clutch hitter's okay. Ruins Phobe is bad, but not the end of the world. Precise Striker is garbage, although it replaced... well, Photomania is actually pretty good, considering we usually do highlight. And Rachel Summers got scurvy. Did we not have any food that had vitamin C in it? What, were we eating exclusively hardtack and salt pork? You guys gotta take some limes into the dungeon with you, man. You could be saved. Also, if you're in danger of drowning, you've got the buoyancy of citrus to help buoy you up, man. Did you guys ever learn anything from Mitch Hedberg? So, who has diseases? Alex Olson and Jericho Drum both got the bees. They're gonna hang on to those. Electra, you got the wasting sickness. That shit needs to go. Let's just go ahead and get that treated. This will cost a little cash, but we came back from the dungeon with a pretty hefty sum. What do you got, Constantine? The rabies? Oh, you'll be hanging on to those. Jonah Hex also has wasting sickness, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of that. Wasting sickness is really not that bad. It just makes you more inclined to get additional diseases. Rachel Summers will have to fix your scurvy at a later date, I assume. Does anybody really need stress relief who isn't getting it? Or isn't doing something? Nah, we're probably good. We did some respectable stress relieving during our camp zone. We did bump up to 20,000 gold thanks to the secret room too, so all things considered, we got a Grant Wood picture too, which means supplies on our next mission are free. Great, we got a bumper crop. Yeah, let's really go hog wild on the hog-spired grain that we stole so we can all get swine flu. This is going to be fantastic. Everybody in the hamlet is going to come down with swine flu. I don't know about you, but I don't know if we have enough antiretrovirals to take care of that stuff. It's going to be a tough thing. It's going to be a tough time at the hamlet. Grant Wood and his dentist here are going to be hacking up their lungs while their sister looks on, desperate, heartbroken. My dentist, now who will fix the untreated dental caries that I have? I'm going to die of blood poisoning. No! These are the kind of things in Iowa, you know, an Iowan, I suppose, is probably the correct, you know, the adjective for that. You're an Iowan? Or would it be an, Iowan? It could be an adjective or a noun, I suppose. I'm just babbling here. See what you do to me, Grant Wood? You always make my Iowa. My bane. My cursed bane. I'll get you one day, Iowa. I'll get you. I'll also get out of this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more of my raging against Iowa, like some kind of Midwestern Zach De La Roca, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.